Bonus episode. Pete, hit me with the bega. Hit me with the bega. 3 begas. This is a treat.
That's how we should do movie reviews, right? Like,
how many begas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hit the thing each time.
How many begas? How many trumpets?
Yeah, right. You'd have to really work on doing like half a bega though.
Half a bega. Oh.
Like 3.5 begas.
No, you know what half a bega is? It's a sigh. Oh. doesn't get all the way to oh. Oh.
That would be a very funny scoring system, is if we had to do one bega for each full star and then one sigh for a half.
Yeah, for a half star.
Yeah.
Oh. If it's a predominantly female cast, we can hit it with the "Hey, sexy ladies." Oh. You hit me with the question that a different person every day has said a lot recently, which is, man, so this Burger King song is kind of making the rounds, huh?
It's bussin'.
It won't die. It's incredible.
It is really the best. And like, it's been a long time. Like, it makes me so happy because it's been such a long time since we've gotten like an iconic commercial jingle. Like, I think this is really kind of approaching a legendary status of commercial.
Yeah, I was watching some football with Wayne and his partner in LA a month and a half ago, and one of them was like, "Hey, you rule," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then I was like, "Wait a second, it's a Burger King thing," and they just had the Burger King thing stuck in their head. And like everybody, then like more people were coming. Everybody just singing the "You Rule," the Whopper, Whopper, Double Whopper. Twitter everywhere is this man. This is kind of like the menu of "It Won't Die."
Yeah, but I don't want it to die, and like I more understand the discourse around the BK Whopper commercial than the discourse around the menu. Like, there's no discourse about the BK song. It's just the best, and it is the biggest earworm.
The Lights Camera Podcast did a good shit post the other day that was like, it basically said that that Burger King did a like Lord Tariq, Peter Gunn, Steely Dan deal with John Williams for the Whopper Whopper song, and that John Williams got like 13% of Burger King.
I saw that. That was Hans Zimmer. They said it was Hans.
Oh,
Zimmer.
They said Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, whatever. You compose music, you Ben Affleck. You score a film,
as
you Ben Affleck.
As we found out last week, because you got corrected by.
I got Bob Dylan, and yeah. So I'd like to explain myself there. The reason I made that mix-up, which was stupid and very, very wrong, is just that the band is Bob Dylan's backing band. So that's why I added, so I was like, oh yeah, that's not their song, that's a Bob Dylan song. No, dummy. That was a Bruce Springsteen song.
I knew that it was a Springsteen song, but...
I originally told you it was a Springsteen. So like 8 years ago.
Yeah, and I was stunned then. And I was stunned when you told me it was a Bob Dylan song, because I was like, damn, I'd only heard the Springsteen version. But yeah, I didn't know if Springsteen covered Dylan or something.
How are you going to feel in 2 years when I tell you it's like a Lauryn Hill song? You're like, wow, this song, man.
This song gets around.
This song is a standard.
This is a loose song.
Loosey-goosey song. We're going to talk Your Honor on this episode because it's number 12. I believe that's how the episodes are titled.
Yeah.
It reminds you that, like, we're still going here. And I had a big Your Honor week because I saw the movie Missing, which I hadn't seen any trailers for this until, like, a week ago. And then I looked, I was like, yo, when's that movie come out? This was on Friday. And I was like, oh, shit, it came out today. So I went to the theater, saw it. That movie fucking rules, man. You got to see it.
Really?
Do you know what it is?
I don't even know what it is. Also, can you turn your mic down a little bit more?
Sorry. I can... We're using new software here. It's a... What is it? It's a... like Redux kind of thing, or it's like another installment of, remember Searching?
Searching, yeah. The one like the internet-based movie.
Yeah.
Where it's all like window capturing or something.
Yeah, it's another one of these where a kid's mom, Nia Long, ever heard of her, goes on vacation with the dude from The Sopranos who is friends with June in whatever home June is in. Anyway, they go missing. What's going on? This kid is using everything under the sun. She's using WhatsApp. She's using TaskRabbit. She's using all these crazy things. And it's great. I liked it so much better than Searching. Super gripping. A lot of fun. Is it ridiculous? Of course. But it was great. And I'll tell you who's in it is Amy Landecker, who plays Costello in Your Honor.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That Your Honor boost is getting people all sorts of work.
We're shaping up the Your Honor pipeline.
Yes, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm just like I'm a Fia guy. Do you like Fia?
Yeah. So Fia got a gig as well after Your Honor season 1. She got a gig. She got cast in Yellowstone.
Oh,
so Fia also in the pipeline.
So yeah, I think that like of the people in this ridiculous show, the people who you can be like, hey, I mean, obviously, I think Michael Stuhlbarg has a future. Bryan Cranston's probably going to do okay for himself. Like that's
I like Lil Mo, man. Lil Mo's got some menace to him.
Yeah, but they're like Fia's going to be something, I think. And I don't dislike the acting performance of this person in this show, which is, I mean, this show is just a hodgepodge of great actors doing weird things. So, anyway, we now pick up where Michael Desiato has gotten out of jail because he started flapping his gums to, why can't I think of her name? The famous person. Michael is out of prison, and he's got a new job. He's driving meat around. Big Mo is getting irregular, and she wants to buy a nightclub where her lady friend sings songs sometimes. Gina is going to meetings to bully grieving mothers.
Yep. And
the Baxter folks are on the outs. They don't look at each other naked.
They don't even get naked with each other in the same room.
She starts to get naked, and then she's like,
but then she stops.
What are you doing? Get out of this room.
So, yeah, the Baxters, quite a loveless marriage right now.
How do you think... I hate to say... I was going to say, like, they're separated because, as Gina said, and then this, like, horrible, inappropriate, vulgar, emasculating line about Jimmy, even though she doesn't say it in the show, but you know that at some point she said something like that to him.
Yes, 100%.
Like she
and we also we like to save our thoughts until the recaps, and we don't like to discuss it too much. Mm-hmm. But I had to press pause and take a picture of my TV during the meeting where Gina is man-spreading harder than anybody has ever man-spread before. The power spread that she had at the grieving mothers meeting was outrageous. It was the widest I've seen her legs without Carlo in a scene.
Yeah, I mean, she goes to these meetings and waits for everybody to talk about how they missed their kid, and then she's like, ugh, stupid. She calls them, like, the P word, which she for sure calls Jimmy, and it's a rough time. She eventually, though, in one of the more ridiculous scenes of this episode, goes back to one of those meetings and is like, hey, you all have been saying that I'm angry. And you know what? I like it. I think I wrote it down. She said, anger is where I want to live. Anger is where I flourish.
Yeah.
She also hits Fia in this episode.
Yeah, it's just a real masterclass of controlling yourself and not being angry.
Gina Baxter is quickly, I mean, she's always become the like, oh, keep an eye on this one.
Yeah,
but
she has really escalated into like this is my shit now.
yeah. So Michael, as I said, fresh out of prison because he took that deal with Rosie Perez, of course, and he tries to meet up with Charlie, and they say, "Hey, you're not allowed anywhere near Charlie. Charlie's trying to stay mayor. Can't have any criminals around him." Every other scene that Charlie's in this episode, he spends around criminals in public. But eventually, Michael is able to meet up with Charlie to catch up. And Charlie gives the most ridiculous monologue I've ever heard in my life, so I transcribed it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've got quite an idea, yes.
You can't dig graves deep enough in this city to hide them from the storms. Water will get to the bodies every time. Only sure thing about the dirt beneath our feet is that it will wash away one day. You asked me to bury something, and now here we are. Shame on us for not knowing our city better. This show shouldn't talk about cities, man.
This show loves to talk about cities, though.
It does.
It's all it wants to do.
We have to do city monologue of the week. Because Stuhlbarg had quite a few last year.
Right. By the way, Stuhlbarg and Jimmy absolutely in his I don't have a boy dick phase.
Oh, yeah.
He is absolutely in that phase right now. Just no balls to him whatsoever.
My favorite Jimmy thing in this episode was so Michael gets a job delivering meat. So, of course, he has to deliver to the hotel where Fia now lives. They run into each other, and they have a conversation. In about 2 minutes into this conversation, Jimmy sees them from afar, and he looks pissed. And this, about an episode and a half into Season 2, for me is really when Your Honor Season 2 began.
Yeah.
Just like Jimmy Baxter peering. He was just, and like nothing comes of that. He just like looking for him, he's like, I don't like this guy talking to my kid. Usually when something happens with this guy and one of my kids, the kid either dies or goes on trial.
They should just have like a scheduled like two or three just 15-second cuts of Jimmy just looking at somebody from like around a corner, and then just don't address it and move on to the next scene. You should have like at least 2 or 3 of those per episode.
I mean, a lot of times when you're like shooting things, they'll say like they need reaction shots and stuff, or you'll just like record the room. So if you're fixing anything audio wise, you can just have like what the room sounds like, and it can be a little easier to patch together and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
like to think that they finish wrapping episodes of Your Honor, and they're like, "All right, we're now that we're done shooting all the scenes, we're all gonna go get a drink at TGI Fridays. Hey, Stoolie, want to come with?" And he's like, "You guys go ahead. I gotta hang back and shoot about 20 minutes of just angrily looking at shit." "Oh, right, sorry. Hey guys, Stoolie's got another like 20. Can we hang back?" And he's just like walking around corners looking at shit.
Yeah. Just like inanimate objects, just like fucking steely faced at it.
God, I love it so much. So Charlie, I mentioned that Big Mo wants to buy a restaurant, bar and grill, whatever you may call it. And
I wouldn't call it a bar and grill.
It's for sure not a bar and grill.
Definitely not a bar.
It's a nightclub.
It is not a Nuno's.
Yeah, and the guy's, she's a part owner, and the majority owner is like, "Hey, I would not like to sell this. Plus, Big Mo, this is all drug money. I don't want to take this." So Charlie leans on this guy, and Mr. Can't Be Seen with Michael Desiato is now just like publicly leaning on small business owners 2 days before an election.
Yeah, and like we'll be anywhere in public with the with Big Mo.
Yeah.
And just like walking down the street, grabbing coffee, holding hands, letting everybody snap photos, but can't talk to his best friend, who doesn't look like his best friend anymore.
Yeah, I think that he's right. True. Nobody would even know who that is.
Right.
He maybe he just couldn't see Michael because he's like, I need a couple more days to finish writing this thing I'm going to say to you. He's like, what?
He probably did need a long time to number one, write that, and number two, practice it in the mirror.
I mean, man, so obviously love Isaiah Whitlock. How can you not? But a lot of his lines in this show, man, sound like
so cheesy.
He just like read them for the first time and is like, wait, this is the character's line? Nobody really talks like this. And they're like, Isaiah, you're being difficult. Just read it. And he's like, okay, you can't dig graves deep enough in this city to hide them from the storms. Water, like he sounds like a teacher, like reading a book to class. That's just not how people talk.
And we did ask him to come on the pod to discuss the show, and he's just like he had no interest. Either he had no interest in talking with us, or he had no interest in talking about the show.
Which, as we learned from friend of the podcast Hannibal Buress, it can often be the latter. It can be like, hey, I just don't feel like talking about. Like after I saw Missing, I was like, I follow Nia Long on Instagram. Why didn't I see any stuff about this? And I checked, and she had like one thing up that was like, hey, I'm in a movie coming up. I was like, oh, maybe she's humble, or maybe she just doesn't care too much about that movie.
Yeah.
She brought it.
People just want people collect checks. Nothing wrong with that.
Eugene is on the lam. He's now Justin. And he's not doing so hot.
This is my fucking favorite. This is my, like, oh boy, Your Honor is back.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. So he's working at a Starbucks, but he's also drawing murder pictures of himself in school.
Photorealistic pictures of himself committing murder. He's got this is the first time we find out about his real artistic talent, too. He suddenly is Picasso, this kid.
Incredible.
Right.
As you said, like these look like photographs. Yeah. And he did them in black and white, except for the blood. Yes. Was in red to remind, just like in case you only get like a quick glance at it, it's a murder picture.
And of course he draws his own face.
Yes.
On these murder pictures. So he's just like, it's not me, it's a character. My brother in Christ, draw the character to look like anybody else to not incriminate yourself.
It's a character named Eugene. How could that possibly be me? I'm Eugene. I mean, I'm Justin. God damn it. I'm Justin. The principal mainly doesn't like that he's drawing murder pictures of himself in school. Yeah. That's her only gripe with Justin. Justin says, quote, I just like to draw. You're right, man. That is really where Your Honor became president.
It's fucking insane. It's an insane thing to do. It's like all of the things that what's his name did last year. May God rest his soul. Cranston's kid. What was his name?
Adam.
We'll
get to that name in a second.
All the shit that Adam did in the wake of like committing involuntary manslaughter was like, my brother, what the hell? Be like somewhat competent at covering up a crime, for the love of God. And now we have to take that kid's energy and transfer it to Eugene, who has 0 brain cells in staying off the grid.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's unfair. They have kind of taken all of the cluelessness of Adam and dumped it onto Eugene, who I believe we meet Eugene as like the kid who wants to stay on the straight and narrow.
Right.
And then the shit happens to Kofi, and the shit happens to his family, and he has revenge on his mind.
Yes. Like, he seemed like a well-adjusted, good-mannered kid in season 1 until, obviously shit derailed. But now, what? He's just a moron now?
Yeah. And I gotta tell you, They got to get him another part-time job. You can't be at they give pens to people at Starbucks. They have markers. God knows what he's putting on those cups. They're like, "Hi, you changed the Starbucks logo to, I'm just going to say it, a murder drawing of you?" But I don't know any of the. But the picture, the person you're murdering in this isn't me or anybody here. Looks like a kid at a party where they've got balloons that say "Congratulations, Carlo." I don't get this. My name isn't Carlo. The only name on this Starbucks cup is Carlo.
Oh,
can I say
God.
the poor kid?
This show is the best.
Oh,
this
man.
show is the best. It's so stupid.
It costs so much money for them to make. It has to.
And it's taking up valuable time of like some of the best actors of our generation. We've got kids fucking drawing photorealistic pictures of themselves to try to get caught by the police. It's so stupid.
We have to get the "I just like to draw" drop for whenever somebody chunks it so ghastly.
Oh my God.
So that sums up Eugene not doing so hot.
Eugene absolutely not doing so hot. Also got a visit from Lil Mo.
Lil Mo comes and he's like, "How you doing?" And Eugene's like, good.
How you doing, bud?
You haven't talked to anybody, have you? You're not going to stop by the school or like my work or anything.
I drew some pictures that people didn't like. I don't know.
I'm feeling a little misunderstood with my art, but other than that... Oh, boy. What do you think of the actor who plays Eugene? Like, he read all the stuff from season 1. He's like, "Oh, this is a meaty character. Wow. Wow." And then he gets to season 2 and he's like, "What?"
I also like that he drew the picture of him running away from the burning building. And then the principal was like, "So you blew up this building?" And he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, let's not be ridiculous. I'm running away from the burning building. I didn't blow it up." And meanwhile, there's a picture of him shooting somebody in the next photo.
Why would they possibly...
The only thing that he's denying is that he didn't blow up the building.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I think he lost a little something when he became Justin.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe Eugene was just a lost boy. Justin's a bad guy. So Gina.
I was
go
going
ahead.
to say, we still have
Lil
not
Mo.
seen... What?
Never mind. I thought you were going to say Lil Mo, but go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, we still have not seen Brian eat a morsel of food, solid food, yet. 2 episodes in. He does work in a butcher shop.
Yep.
But have not seen him consume any meat.
That's true. He probably got some sort of deal, though. Rosie Perez got him that hookup. There was when he gets the job at the butcher shop, the owner's like, "Judge Desiato, do you remember me?" And he greatly reduced this guy's sentence because he liked the cut of his jib.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did Michael Desiato.
Yep. So
and I'm like...
That's his legacy.
Yeah, and I know that it was like...
Vibe.
I know that it was murder, so there probably wasn't much he could do there, but it's like, why couldn't he have just cut Carlo a little deal there? Just been like, "Hey, you for sure killed Kofi Jones, but what does the guy say? He says, good people don't belong in prison."
Yes,
but good people don't belong in prison. 1 month. We are adjourned.
It's like, I know the jury ruled 25 to life, but you know what? You passed the vibe test. You're out.
Yeah. You never really acted up this whole trial. I like that about you. You remind me of my son. You're
I do like heading into every Your Honor week being like, is this the week that Michael eats solid food? How long do you think we can go into this season?
I'll tell you what.
Without Michael being shown eating solid food.
He's getting a trim at some point. Did he already get the trim in this episode or no?
Did not.
But there's just in a lot of the publicity pictures that he definitely gets a trim. So maybe then he's doing. What's the thing that he's doing where he's sleeping at his mother-in-law's? Like he's sleeping in the
pantry.
Kitchen, the pantry. Why is he doing that?
Because he said the guest room is too big.
So he did. So
apparently, like in 6 months, he just got adjusted and now likes sleeping in small confined spaces.
Okay,
I think that was the insinuation. Even though he was super rich before and had a giant bedroom,
he's been institutionalized.
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe this will bring about some
that was
not at all
months,
ridiculous. What's that?
He was in jail for 8 months or something, right?
I meant to look up how long it's been since. Oh no, it's got to be. Actually, no.
Not necessarily.
He could have awaited trial and everything, and then gone in for Let's get to. Can we get to what Fia has done?
Yeah.
So Fia did indeed have Adam's baby. She tells Michael this, and then introduces the baby to Michael when she tells him his name is Rocco Adam. If I had the Seinfeld, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid piece of shit? That is so fucking weird. You named your baby after the murderer of your brother and your brother? Ugh.
That is an extremely weird thing to do.
She's also living at the hotel
and hiding the baby. Right? Because from what I've gathered, I don't even know if they know her parents.
Nobody's made any mention of it. And I think that if they did know, they'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, you can be mad at us. We still have to watch the baby for you.
Right.
We still have to help this baby.
Or being like, I know you don't want to see us, but I brought you baby supplies or whatever. Shit like that. I don't think they'd completely ignore the fact that she was a new mother.
The thing is, though, we actually don't know.
We don't know.
And I don't know if that's they're telling us they're concealing it on purpose, or if they're like, look, Jimmy can't see Gina naked. That's the Jimmy story here, okay? Get off the whole his daughter won't talk to him and might be secretly hiding a baby from him. He can't see Gina naked, and she's decided she's going to become the Joker. That's the Jimmy story.
Focus on the important things here. Why are you wondering about whether or not they know about their grandkid? Jesus.
I did write down Gina goes to a meeting and declares she's going to become the Joker, because that is what she does.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's it's doing slow zooms on her face as she's saying stuff. The other mothers are trembling.
Dude, I think the show absolutely requires you to talk about it out loud to fully realize how stupid it is.
Yeah. I have 5 or 6 notes on this, and I'm like, oh man, what are you going to be able to squeeze out of this? And
it's then you talk about it with 2 rational people, and they're like, what is this? This show is fucking insane.
It's
incredible. And
it's one of the more...
This is now the second straight week in which the episode ends with Fia just introducing the baby to somebody. Last week it was us. This week it's Michael, granddad. Next week it's probably going to be her introducing it to the parents, and then it's just going to keep going. Every episode this season is going to end with her just showing the baby to somebody.
I feel like they're going to go in a weirder order. Costello's meeting that baby before Carlo does.
It's going to get questioned by Costello.
I don't think there was much Costello in this, if at all.
She had an angry confrontation with Michael on the sidewalk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And basically she was like, your ass is grass, pal. That was
He's
her.
like, I know, I'm getting it from fucking everywhere. God.
She hasn't spoken to Michael in like 9 months, and her big burn was like, your ass is grass.
Yeah. Shit. If you get anybody from Your Honor on the podcast, who would it be? For like Your Honor talk.
I think probably Costello.
Costa, yeah?
I think so. Or Stuhlbarg. I mean, I just want an excuse to talk to Stuhlbarg.
Right.
But it would feel like a waste if I got to talk to Stuhlbarg only about Your Honor.
So
this crowning achievement in your career.
Right.
We're only talking about that.
So I was watching a Simple Man. My publicist says I'd go Hope Davis. I'd really want to unpack Gina Baxter.
That's a good pick.
But I feel like maybe she'd be like, yeah, that's like she'd be like, all like high on Hope Davis or on Gina Baxter, and we'd be like,
because she's getting more shine.
Right, but I'd be like, no, like we want you. We would like to have a conversation of like, is there any what the hell is going on here in this experience? Who'd be, you know what? I feel like maybe I feel like Whitlock would be frank about this. Be like, hey, yeah, the show's taking some turns I didn't see it taking. Quite frankly.
He's like, I don't like the fact that I have to memorize a soliloquy every episode now.
Yeah. A man like that, Jimmy Baxter, it would have been an eye for an eye, a son for a son. What a chilling line. Should I do another one of those videos where I make the episode end after the Charlie soliloquy?
Yes.
After shame on us for letting, what does he say? It's like shame on us for not knowing our city better. Shame on us for not knowing our city better. Shame on us.
You gotta do it, please.
I got nothing. As soon as we're done recording. As soon as we're done recording. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody.